All right, this is the positive battery cable fix. It was a recall. The old one fuses to the fuse box. This one didn't fuse to the fuse box, but it did get really hot and separate, so that the connection to the fuse box gets really spotty. So sometimes when you go to start the car, you don't get any power. You have to literally like wiggle the cable for it to work. So the fix is, normally people buy, I bought this. This is the replacement, and the new one has silver connectors instead of copper, so they won't corrode as badly. And then most people just splice a new one, but I went ahead and decided to just run the new cable so you don't have to cut anything in it, just for extra security. And I realized you don't have to remove the seats if you don't want to. There's enough here to just run through down the valley where the old wire is. I'm not going to take off the old wire, I'm just going to cut it. And it can run between there and then up in the back seat, and then actually go, you can see where I have the screwdriver. That's where you're going to feed it through, where the old one was. The hardest part is just taking off all the plastic, but it's really easy. It's all push fasteners. It's all these kind of things. Just little push fasteners. And then run it back through. It'll pick up right in here and then come back down and replace this connector here. So I'm just going to run that, and we'll have a brand new positive battery terminal, and won't have any more of those power loss issues. Anyway, I'll keep you updated. It's fairly easy. It's just time consuming to undo everything. But as far as mechanical skills needed, really just Torx, wrenches, and push fasteners is all you need. Easy. Alright, I just ran the new wire. It's much longer. I ordered this from ECS Tuning, and it's great. They give you a bunch more lead. I didn't have to remove the seat. I don't think you need to. I just pushed that down where the original wire ran. It comes out a little bit here, but then I'm just twist tying it as I run it back. I'm not going to try to remove that. That's kind of unnecessary. And then I'm just running it alongside the old one. You can see here, goes back through there, comes out here. This is the old one. But you can see where, I don't know if you can or not. Let's see. Let's see if I can get this clearly. So those two pins in there, there's like two connectors that press down like pliers. You can see in there a little bit. Well, they've kind of separated apart, so you can kind of see through. If you look at the top, you can see the light coming through the other side. What happens is they sort of open up like that, and there's a little thin connector that comes down on the inside. Let me see. And this slides over it. And when it's new, it holds it tight like that, so it's got a really good connection, but this one kind of opened up a little bit, so there's a little wiggle room, and that's where you lose the connection. So you can see there how it's kind of split apart. It's not very clear anyway. So the new one, it's much tighter. So the new one, you can see there's no space in there. It's like pressed tightly against the two connectors, so you're definitely not going to have any slippage. Anyway, update number 2. Quick tip: if you have a convertible, to get these back panels off, just move the top up like that. It's going to make your life a hell of a lot easier, especially for this panel right here, because when the bar is down, it's like impossible to get that back in there. When I took it out, I realized I was never going to be able to get it back in right unless I had the top down. But now I can just kind of, you see the other one, that guy right there. So now I can easily get to it. I'm just going to drop that stuff back in there, and we'll be good to go. So yeah, definitely worth checking out if you have a convertible. I just re-plugged in the wire. Just cut the old one that's hanging down there. I have most of the interior back put together. The fuse box and everything's in, but I haven't tightened everything up just to make sure it all works properly, because you don't want to have to put all the glove box and all that stuff back in and then end up having to undo it. That's normally what I probably would have done, but on the internet, I saw someone else had done that and just plugged it in and see if it worked. So you can see everything looks good. I got power, everything's tight. So we're good. I'm not going to start it because I've got a baby asleep in the other room. Cool. So now I'll button everything back up and we'll be good to go.